Yo, hey guys, welcome back to the Yadhuvir podcast. And today we are going to talk about shadows. What are shadows and how they impact your whole game? The shadow is your behavior pattern or thought pattern which is so unconscious, and you cannot even see how this unconscious pattern is taking a lot of decisions in your present life. So, to understand shadows in a better way, see it like this. When you were a kid, there were some behaviors that were rewarded or validated by your parents. For example, when you are happy, when you're cheerful, or when you are expressing your joy, you have always been validated by your parents. You have always been rewarded by your parents. They always loved it. Whenever you express the other part of yourself, that is your anger, your fear, your frustration, they do not reward that. They want you not to show that. All emotions seek expression. That is the nature of an emotion. An emotion always seeks an expression. If an emotion is not expressed, where will it go? If you follow that energy cannot be created, neither it can be destroyed. So an emotion is an energy, you cannot just destroy it. So if you do not express that emotion, it makes a home inside your mind and it stays there until it gets expressed. So, from your childhood till now, when you're listening to this podcast, there have been a lot of events where your emotions have been neglected or your emotions have been given no value, and you yourself have been neglecting your own emotions. So these emotions become the part of your shadows. So what do we understand from this about shadows? Shadows are your unconscious behavior patterns and thought patterns and emotions which have not been expressed, and they have been suppressed deep down in your mind so that no one can reach that. If this guy is going and talking to a woman, he doesn't want her to know that he's afraid at that moment, right? Why doesn't he want her to know that? Because her mom never accepted him when he was afraid. Mom always wanted him to get rid of this fear. Because of this man started neglecting and suppressing his own fear. Fear is a part of human mind. You cannot just suppress it. If fear was not needed, it would have been out in the process of evolution. But we still have a fear inside ourselves. That means fear has an important place. It has an important part to play in our lives. So the parents, they are not rewarding and validating every part of the behavior. All of the aspects about yourself which have never been rewarded becomes the part of the shadow self. Why do shadows exist? Shadows exist because of suppression. Just because some aspects of yourself were never rewarded, never validated, so you thought people don't like them. And to be liked by people, you started showing the only parts of yourself which were always validated by your parents. Even if you're not happy at the moment, you will show that you're so happy. Why would you do that? Because that's what you have been taught. There would have been no shadows at the first place if you were told, if you were taught to accept all of your emotions. What if when you get angry, your mother is not shutting you up? Instead, she's like, it's okay, my son, come here, hug me now, come. Mwah. She starts just kissing you. That's where she is even validating the behavior inside you, the emotion inside you, which is expressing itself at that moment. Just because your parents did not accept every aspect of yourself, that is the reason you're finding a woman to accept all parts of yourself. There is a small exercise that you can do. Write down 5 qualities you want in a woman. Take your time, pause this video. Write down 5 qualities, behavior qualities you want in a woman. Good looking is not a behavior quality. We are assuming that she has to be good looking, right? High sex drive is also not a behavior quality. It's a biological quality. After writing these behavior qualities, see how many of these qualities are already inside your mother. I bet there are more than 3 or all of them. Now, if all of these qualities are already inside your mother, then you're looking for a mother figure. Why are you looking for a mother figure? So that she accepts your shadows. Because your mother never accepts your shadows. So you are literally looking for a mother figure. Same with women, they are looking for a father figure. Now the main question is how to reach to shadows. For that, we need to understand few states of mind. Right now, I'm talking to you and I'm truly awake. I am conscious and I'm aware that I'm conscious. When the thoughts are coming in my mind, right now at this moment, I can see them coming. The second state of mind is half dreaming. In this state of mind, we are conscious, but we are not aware if we are conscious. In this state of mind, you stand in between the thoughts. Then the last state is the dreaming state. In this state, you are unconscious and you are unaware about being unconscious. In this state, you become the thought. So, as you can see, in the first state, you can see the thought. In the second state, you are in the thoughts. In the third state, you become the thought. Now, how would you access what I just said? I want you to think about an upsetness. Think about some past experience that upsets you, that makes you feel a certain way. It makes you feel angry, it makes you feel afraid, whatever emotion. Play a story in your head right now. What is upsetting you? Some event from the past. Play it inside your head. Now, I want you to tell me what emotion are you feeling from this story. Now, if you can see, the first thing that I asked you was think about a story that is going on inside your head. Now, when the story is going inside your head, I asked you, tell me what emotion you got out from the story. Now, the story starts playing in your head. You can see the story. The story is saying that this character in the story is you. So, you start identifying with this character in the story. Okay, you stand in the thoughts now. You're in the second state. The moment you derive the emotion out of the story, that is when you become the thought. When you are dreaming, you literally think that the person in the dreams is actually you. That is what I mean, that you became the story in your head. Right now I'm awake and I can see that story in the head. Right now I can remember my dream and I can see the whole dream happening. But when I'm dreaming, I do not know that I am dreaming. And I don't even know that I do not know that I am dreaming. Okay, I'm unconscious and unaware about it. To reach your shadows, what you'll have to do is you'll have to stay in the first state while still reaching the third state. You have to be conscious and aware that you are conscious, and by being in this state, you have to start seeing your thoughts, and then you'll have to see yourself going inside the thoughts, and then you'll have to see yourself becoming the part of the thoughts. That is how you reach the shadows. See what you did, guys. When I asked you what emotion do you feel out of the story, what you did was you identified with the character in the story, you thought that character is me, derived an emotion out of the story, and you bought that emotion in the present moment. Now, if that story, for example, was giving you anger, now that anger is what you are feeling right now from the story. How can she do this to me? How can he do this to me? She did this to you, but now you're feeling angry about it even at this moment. So what you did is you took the anger out of the story and you started feeling it in the present moment, although it doesn't even exist anymore. So you are just making yourself feel more and more bad, and you don't even know why is it happening. This is the working of shadows. So when you're going and talking to women and you're like, fuck, I'm feeling afraid, so I have to talk in such a way so that she doesn't come to know that I'm feeling afraid. She knows. She always knows. Does your mother come to know when you're afraid, when there is change in your behavior? Yes. She will also come to know. Women are emotionally receptive. They just come to know. Now, the main thing is how to transmute shadows to light. Because when I'm conscious and aware, I'm in the state of light. I know what is happening. But when I'm in the state of dreaming, I do not know what is going on. I am completely lost myself. So, to transmute shadows to light, we will have to accept our shadows. See, fear is a part of you. Anger is a part of you. All of the emotions that were devalidated, neglected, and suppressed by you, you'll have to literally reach them again and love them. The same kind of love that you give to your happiness, the same kind of love you'll have to give to your sadness, to your anger. Emotions in themselves are not bad. Emotions are always pointing towards something. So you do not want to look at that story that these emotions are pointing at, and you just want to get rid of these emotions instead. Emotions has a part to play. They tell you this is something that is hurting you. And if you do not want to look at it, you are not accepting it. You are not accepting what is. And when you are standing against what is, you are literally standing against the reality, and you can never win from the reality because it is happening right now. So what you have to do is think about all of the stories that have been upsetting you. Literally reach out to those stories and start accepting that guy in the stories and start giving the kind of love that he needed at that moment. The main principle that we are following is The people who are hardest to love are the ones who need it the most. The guy in the story in the head who looks like afraid, who looks like angry, who looks like he doesn't even deserve love, who looks like this guy has destroyed your life, that guy needs your love. And this love will transmute all of the emotions into happy emotions. This was the second session, and if you have liked it, give me the thumbs up and comment on this video.